I kind of think about, I have two main roles, so I have kind of one big issue in each role. So the first role is our operational role, right? We have people in space every minute of every day. The entire time I was center director, that was true. And so you always have to be thinking about the safety of your people, and that at any second something could go wrong. And is your team prepared? And do you have the right skills? And do you have the right procedures? And do you understand the equipment that we're doing? Or if we're doing something new in space, have we adequately reviewed it? Our folks launch from Kazakhstan on a Russian vehicle. If they had some issue on a recent flight, have we gotten enough information? So that's one big part of it. And so you're always thinking about that. The other big part, though, is, and any organization faces this, right, is, what is the future for us? And are we doing the right things today to make sure that we are going to be leading human spaceflight in the future? And I think the biggest issue you face there is it's really kind of complacency, right? It's like we know how to do space flight. We've been handed these big space flight programs throughout our history. We have the procedures, but the thing is, space flight 10 years from now is not going to be like it is today. And of course, we've already done a lot with international cooperation. And a big thing over the last few years has been all the new companies that are coming in, SpaceX, Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, all of those. And if we want to continue to lead human spaceflight, and I think there's a very important role for the government to do that, and for Johnson Space Center to continue to lead the human part of it, then we cannot be doing things, 10 years from now the way we're doing them today.
Yes.
So
I'm familiar with this issue.
It's about shaking it up. It's about shaking it up.
Yeah.
And to me, the interesting thing is, and I've talked a little bit about this at some of the Fed leadership conferences, because I think it is very applicable to the Fed as well.
It is.
We have this failure is not an option culture. Obviously, and of course, that's very important when you're talking about the human lives that we deal with. And yet, if you're trying to innovate, what's the mantra of innovation? It's fail early, fail often. Well, how confusing is that for employees at Johnson Space Center when their whole careers they've been told, hey, failure is not an option. And so it was really about trying to say, look, you have to look at what we're doing, and in some cases, this is the right culture, and in other cases we really have to build up and realize that there's a different way to do some of the things that aren't directly going to affect people's lives.